That was a sick podcast.
That was wild.
That's the best time I've had doing this Sneaker Show podcast. Wow. So, hey, welcome here. I'm Tim. Nathan and Shay are also here. This is Sneaker Show Podcast. We have our dream guest here this week, Jeremy, the store manager from Momentum. Momentum is a legendary store in Saskatoon. I grew up going to Momentum. It's only gotten better. It's only become more relevant over the years. And we got the guy who has like the Nike deal. He's had it for years. My God, the shoes he was bringing out, his personal collection is hundreds of pairs. And like we didn't like set him up really well for this. We were like, we'd like to talk to you about sneakers. And he had a couple dozen pairs. He just kept on pulling them out of nowhere.
He had some things that if you were to walk into a very large sneaker store, sneaker resale consignment store, that they would be lucky to have one of in the case kind of thing. And he
One.
pulled out, yeah, like when he was pulling out,
one after another.
Those
yeah, like I
MF
don't know
Doom
where he
dunks.
was. The Tiffany's, the Doom Dunks, the some things I had never even heard of before.
De La Souls.
Yeah, crazy.
Stuff that I've only seen on the internet and he just casually brought out. So we're stoked. It's the first half with Jeremy, getting to know him, and the second half, our usual thing, looking at pairs. There's some new Jordans to talk about, these Jordan 1 highs called Stealth. Shay, what did you have this week?
I had just a Air Force. It was like a Los Angeles one for the 40th anniversary of the Air Force One.
And Tabby?
I was in the Air Force as well, and I had a heat reactive Civilist Air Force, and
Yeah.
we get into what Civilist is and things of that nature.
But honestly, this episode is so about getting to know a new sneaker friend and a connection for the future. And we've partnered with Momentum, which gives me just joy to say we're, friends, just getting along. and, and we have an amazing prize to offer you. It is a golden ticket. A golden ticket will give you any raffle you want. You choose for the next year. Momentum says, hey, we're raffling off these shoes. You go, well, I'll take this size because you have a golden ticket. Now, there are 5 of these to win. 5 Sneaker Show Podcast golden tickets at Momentum. Nathan, how does one win a golden ticket?
What you're gonna do to win said golden ticket is you're gonna go over to our Instagram. You're gonna follow us. You're gonna follow Momentum. You're gonna tag one friend in the comments. Then you're gonna DM us your email. If you get selected, we'll have a draw and everything. It'll be outlined. We're gonna run this for about a month. So there's going to be a lot of time for you to enter for this and to get your friends to enter for this and really take advantage of arguably the best prize that you could get sneaker wise, because you're getting whatever shoe you want in your size. Like this could not be better. No waking up at 4, no waking up at 5, trying to get these sneakers, looking at the didn't get them thing. You're just going to shoot us your email if you win this ticket, and you're walking right in the door, essentially. These will get shipped to you. If you're in Saskatoon, you could even pick them up. It's whatever you want. It could not be more accommodating. So yeah, you're going to find all the instructions, all the entries on our Instagram. And then, Tim, do you want to tell them about that special little promo code as well?
It's so much for us. Just the promo code had us excited. Jeremy was like, would you like to offer people like a savings at the store? And I was, yes, very much. So you can save 30% off of sale items with the promo code Sneaker Show 30. Sneaker Show 30. Do your shopping at Momentum Clothing online. Use Sneaker Show 30 and you'll save 30% off of sale items.
So that's an additional 30 for those of
Yep.
you listening. Not 30%. If something's already marked half price, you're getting 80% off the item. It's practically giving it away.
And you will find the instructions for the golden ticket contest on our Instagram, Sneaker Show Podcast. Thank you for listening. If you're on Apple, if you're on Spotify, respect. We appreciate you being there. But if you're ever going to watch an episode, this is the one. The pairs that Jeremy's bringing out are nuts. There is a link to the YouTube in the description of this episode. Let's get to it. J-Man's here. Let's go. We've been waiting for this one. Let's go. And this is it. Game on. We're here with Jeremy from Momentum. Dude, this is just a regular week at Momentum. 3 crazy pairs this week. The Jordan
Yep.
3 muslin, the Air Max Day blueprints, and then you had those women's vintage green dunks as well. Jeremy,
Oh, right.
listen,
Yes.
they can't even keep track of it all. That's just a regular week for you.
Yeah, man, and that's ideally how it's going to keep going. And truthfully, it's how it's always been. It's just nice to see everybody getting involved and the interest being high with everybody.
Was this the first lineups, first come, first serve since the pandemic?
You know, I believe this is probably the largest lineup since the beginning of the pandemic. I kind of thought that with it being on a Friday, with kind of where we're at, comfort levels are where they are, and try to get that energy back up. It was nice to see guys like try to get some fits on and get in line and like pulling up at 9, being greeted by customers is pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's spring, there's life in the air.
you bet.
So, what we're going to do here today is try to cover some of your sneaker history. There's a lot. You're an admitted old head. We're going to
Yes,
talk a little
sir.
bit about where you're coming from, what used to get you excited. We'll talk a little
Mhm.
sneaker present, what gets you fired up here today. And if you're
Mhm.
willing to share, maybe a little bit about sneaker future of what's coming into the store at Momentum.
Got it.
So, we're so happy to have you here. Jeremy is the store manager at Momentum. He sold me my first pair of Jordans. Jeremy's taught me so much. He's a huge part of why I'm into sneakers and doing this podcast, honestly. So, J-Man, let's get to know you. Where do you keep all your shoes?
You know, it's kind of spread out a little bit here and a little bit there. Some at the office, some at home, some in storage. Truthfully, it's a little bit like inventory at this point, and it's just got to remember where what is where. And sometimes you get an idea, you see a cat on the street, and like, oh, I like those. I think I have those somewhere. Or else, more realistically, something retros, and it was like, oh, wait, I think I have a couple of those in the bank somewhere.
Do you have a spreadsheet? How do you keep track?
It's all in the dome, Tim. It's got every sneaker kind of has a story to like where you bought it, when you bought it, what were you wearing, what were you listening to, what movies were out at the time. Everything has its kind of like story attached to it. So it keeps it easy to remember, like, a certain album comes out and I'll be like, oh yeah, I got these with that.
It's a time capsule. Jeremy describes to me how he can smell where he was. He can hear the songs. It's amazing the memory that comes back with it. But here we are today. What's sitting at the door? Is it stuff you've always wanted? Is it new shoes? What's waiting for you? What are you putting on right now?
You know what, Tim? The funny thing there is every day is almost like dress up. Who do you want to be today? Do you want to wear your busted Vans today? Do you want to be like on your tech wear and throw on some throwback ACGs to tie up the flavor? Is it like shout out to Kobe Bryant Foundation and Nike getting back together and putting on some Kobe's like that? It's really a spur of the moment thing.
He brings it into the headlines. This guy keeping it current. Let's just go real broad. Favorite shoe all time. Can you name a single favorite?
A single favorite, I mean, that's a tough one. Like especially when you've been at it, you kind of get the expectations that cats are like, it's got to be the OG 11. That patent leather goes crazy. For me, if it has to be one single shoe, Tim, I've mentioned this to you in the past, it's got to be the Air Max 95.
Yeah.
If I only got to wear one shoe every day, forever, in one colorway, it's this one. And for the young heads out there, sometimes they're so nice. You got to cop them twice, and you have a pair ready for you in the backup. 2 right feet, just in case.
No lies here.
Yeah, you know what it is.
So for anybody just listening, Jeremy held up the 11 Concords, and then is it just neon green that you call that 95 as the original?
Yeah, it's the neon, the original
Yeah.
95 neon.
They came out a couple winters ago. There was like a re-release, and I remember how excited Jeremy got, and it so surprised me. I was like, that is your shoe."
The shoe? That is the shoe. Yeah. And to kind of expand on that, for anybody out there listening, you got to check out anything that came out with a swoosh between 95, 96, 97. Every shoe will knock your socks off.
That's the era.
Yeah, that's the era. That's why I'm having a hard time. Like, I don't know if you go into like, ooh, like, is it like a Jason Kidd Zoom Flight 95, which who knows might be getting retro this year, maybe not. Some of them are just around from 95. Or is it like an up tempo from the same year? That's always a hitter.
Yo.
Or the air more up tempo from the
Yeah,
following
that's
year,
the one.
the
Yeah.
96. Everybody knows that shoe. And then to tie it up in 97 is when they really got to space. And we talk about the foam posit. I don't know if sneakerheads got love for the foam posit enough, but the penny foam posit or the foam posit pro with the swoosh really goes hard. I don't know. These are awesome shoes. It's a wicked era of 95, 96, 97, all capping off with that Air Max 95 neon for me.
For anyone just listening, you need to see the video. There is a link to the YouTube in the description of this episode. We just saw a dozen pairs go flying by. Not one was a Jordan. From that era, we're talking 95, 96. Bulls are huge. Is that your
Yeah.
favorite Jordan time as well?
You know what? Jeez.
I couldn't imagine
mean,
what's
them
off
brown
camera
too.
around
I mean,
him
there's a
right
couple.
now.
There's a couple things around. Like
There's a 9.
there's a Jordan 9 in the olive color. You always have to wear olive on court because it always gets you like. I always joke around that it gets you a free jump shot, a free layup. Nobody takes it serious. You got some brown boot-looking sneakers
Brown
on.
shoes on that looks like boots. This guy's not
Yeah.
anybody to worry about.
But yes, you know what? I don't have any beaters in around me at the moment to showcase, but those J's like really do speak to me in that kind of 9s,
Yeah.
10s, 11s, 12s, 13s. It's a pretty slick era.
What an interesting guest we have here, guys. I'm going to throw it over to my guy, Shay. Sometimes we call him Fredo or Shazos or Frazos. But my
Ooh.
guy, 403 Fredo's got some questions for you, Jeremy.
Ooh, Shay, hit me.
Yeah, dude. So I had to do like some absolute digging to find this, but back in 02, I learned that you like purchased your first pair of sneakers on your own. It was an Air Force One mid in like a dark obsidian and university blue color.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Is that-
sir. Yes, sir. What a nugget that was. What a nugget.
Are you
gotta
still, like,
pinch
an
up
Air
all
Force
of
One
those,
guy?
Like, always an Air Force One guy. Like that original pair from 02 coming
Still
at you with
got
the
'em.
obsidian white. Souls go vintage over time. I think they still look pretty good personally. But yes, to me, this will be the shoe that kind of kick-started it all. And at that point in time, there were only so many colors that came out. So you could kind of get all of the ones for the year in 3 pairs or 4 pairs, regionally speaking. But yeah, to me, I don't know, the Air Force One is a really tough shoe to beat. Whether you go mids, whether you go, what do we got? Whether you go into some lows and some Scarface ones for a little interest sake,
Oh,
whether you go into the like highs in the all patent leather with the sheet man on the back, or the home colorway in white patent leather again
keep
with
going.
the sheet man
Keep
on the
going.
back. Or if you want to get obscure with the Air Force One and 25th anniversary on court version in the patent leather tweaked out with the airbag in the back, so you can actually maybe hoop in these ones if you were bold enough. But the Air Force One, a very important shoe to everybody. I would recommend it.
Hell yeah, dude. I also saw you were like a huge Back to the Future guy back in the day. I
Yes,
know,
sir.
like way back, you had the Roche runs and the Dunk lows. And
Yeah,
then you had
yeah.
that like sick hoverboard too. Do you still have all those?
Yeah, definitely still have those. Unfortunately, I couldn't dig them out. Some of them, I think those Roches actually got holes in the toes. That Dunk, if I recall, was a nylon, so that one didn't really last too long. But there are some funny things, along with the hoverboard. I wasn't fortunate enough to get a pair of Air Mags, but you could always get the actual movie Clone Boys and get yourself some very funny knockoff Air Maggie somethings. This one's more about the movie than it is about the shoe. I can't find the charger, so the lights don't turn on.
That's unreal. No,
Wild.
those Roche ones were like a grail when I was like starting to get in the shoes. So I was
Oh, I
stoked to see
bet.
that.
I bet. Very exciting.
And then just moving in a little bit towards the shop. I know like you guys release like shattered backboards and turtle doves through like raffles back in the day. You guys did first come, first serve for like Chicago's and Breads and that. Were those lines like what were those lines like back then?
It really all depended on the shoe. There's a lot of interesting stuff. At one point, you could kind of visit the shoe on a Saturday and be like, oh, wow, this is slick. I come back on payday and come and grab it the following weekend or the following two
Damn.
weekends. Occasionally, as by the time Turtle Dove came around, as you mentioned, that was more of a serious lineup, but you could still pull up at like noon and kind of grab your pair and like try on a size and be like, actually, can I go a half size up? Can I go a half size down? Speaking of the Turtle Dove and the ode to beaters, make sure you wear your shoes till the holes pop.
Oh.
Jesus.
Make sure you wear the hole till the holes pop. Yeah. They're not meant forever.
And then were you guys in a mall for a bit too? At one point?
We were partnered with a shop in a mall for a little discount outlet seasonal type of thing, but traditionally I would say destination retail is kind of where we're at, where the focus is.
Cause you guys used to do like those sidewalk sales back in the day.
You bet. Sidewalk sales downtown Saskatoon, pop some tables up, pitch some tents, and greet the folks.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm gonna throw it over to Tabasco. I know he's got some good stuff for you too here.
Okay, what's happening? Tabasco,
Hey.
young Tabasco, let's go.
We're going. We're going. All right, Jeremy. In 2020, Momentum collaborated with Shepherd Ferry's brand Obey and put out an absolute fire hoodie and shirt. It's
Hey,
without a
appreciate
doubt
it.
huge, right? Tell me about how that came about, and did you have any interaction with Shepherd at all, or how did that go?
Personally, I did not. You'll have to talk to our guy, Asif. He
Fair
was invited out to Vancouver to spend a couple days with Shepherd and kind of like do the thing, chop it up, talk some art, soak up the scenery, and that was kind of the time where we're able to pitch an idea like that with a brand like Obey that we've carried for probably since near the store was open, so almost 20 years. It's nice to be able to tie back that heritage of Obey has a posse, Momentum has a posse, Andre the Giant.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So getting right into that, like I remember when I was first becoming, quote unquote, aware of sneakers and brands and things like that. Obey was one that really stuck with me. I've always been a big wrestling guy. I'm
Oh
definitely a
yes.
big wrestling shirt guy for sure. So any brand with Andre the Giant's face just
Yes,
plastered on it,
yes.
right up my alley. So yeah, you guys, spinning that, because for those that don't know, that Obey picture, Shepard's most famous, piece of work, arguably, is the Andre the Giant has a posse, and what started out as a joke morphs into a huge brand, morphs into connections like this as well, right? So that's super cool.
Totally, totally. It's funny how it all plays out over time.
Yeah. Transitioning here, I've got a picture that Tim had.
Oh,
Hey.
I don't know if I have it, dude.
All right, I can describe it. So the picture on your guys' Instagram from 2012, I didn't even have Instagram at this time, let alone was into sneakers, anything like that.
Yeah.
It was a picture of 3 dunks that you guys had for sale. It was there were high tops. There was the orange and white, the Syracuse. There was a gray and white, and then a blue and white. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
Be true to your school. There we
yes,
go. Yes,
yes.
yes.
And those are as hot now as they've ever been, arguably, right? And this picture's from 10 years ago, so it has to be kind of funny to see things come around like that, especially like those dunks. And on that note, what would you say has attributed to your longevity in the game successfully and operating the store for so long? Like to be there and be around for things to come around 2 or 3 times, right?
Yeah, we've been fortunate enough to be able to listen to what the customers want and to follow the trends accurately. Ultimately, you're kind of chasing lightning in a bottle and hoping for the best. But ultimately, if you stay authentic to your core values, the things you like, the things that inspire you, it typically leads to a version of success.
Fair enough. Yeah, you keep it simple, right?
Yeah, you bet, you bet. And to speak on the dunk, like the best thing about it to me is I always talk about how that's the shoe I have the most of and wear the least. At one point in time, talking sneaker history, it was always Air Force One was the go-to shoe. Uh, if you couldn't afford the Air Force One, you got yourself a dunk. If you couldn't afford the dunk, you got yourself a blazer. If you couldn't afford the blazer, you got yourself the Vandal, and that was your way of saving $10 off at every stop. But yes, it's great to see energy around the dunk. It is an icon. Yeah, Dunk SB naturally being the biggest thing I would say at the moment, but it is cool to see like a little bit of history in Dunk and crossovers with Dunk and Jordan with a little cement print and a true blue Jordan 3 colorway. But you can't really top the OG Grails when it comes to Dunk SBs.
Hey
A little bit of
yo.
love and some Tiffany.
The Tiffany's.
A little bit of love and MF Doom
Oh,
with the ostrich.
Oh my
skin.
God.
that's insane.
Jesus.
So, like the details were really crazy. Like I don't know if you really get to see holograms a la De La Soul High Dunk SB anymore, but to me Dunk SB really meant more to me about the skateboarding. So you got to see like for the young heads out there, P-Rod, the Jordan of skateboarding,
Right.
and the P-Rod 1 Mexican blankets mix and match because you had to buy 2 pairs to do it. But a very cool way to go when you talk about SB. But I
So-
can see the infatuation with dunks.
Wow. 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 The MF Dooms alone was, I didn't know that, dude. This is a lot that's
Oh, the
happening
MF
here.
Doom is
He was
cool
so
one, yeah.
casual about it too.
Yeah. Hey, it's not the first day around them. Some of these things have birthdays, gentlemen. Some of these things had a lot of them.
Fair enough.
That
So
Mexican blanket, sorry. So that's what the toe box is on those what the P
On the
rods.
P-Rod
Yeah.
1. Yeah, the Mexican blanket P-Rod 1. Yeah, that's right.
You just blew past so many amazing things. Sorry, I got to take a breath.
Oh,
People,
yeah,
if you're
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
listening, this is the one to watch. You got to see what Jeremy pulled out.
There's excitement around sneakers right now, and it's refreshing to see. Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in the catching L's online and the raffles, but the community is bigger than it ever has been, and there's a lot of energy there.
I love that. So pivoting off of that and truly on the same note, you've obviously got some deep sneaker ties, and that's that might even be underselling it at this point. But what's one thing you miss about the game from back in the day, and what's your favorite thing about how the game is now?
Missing it about back in the day was kind of I'd say scarcity in a different way. There's scarcity now in the sense that it's so hard for most guys to just grab something they like. But scarcity back in the day meant like there were 4 shoes out this year that you wanted, and not 4 shoes out this month you were trying to get. So
Yeah.
there was a lot of excitement around like, ooh, I can't wait for like June 27th to come a pop off so I can go see the thing. But yeah, like that would be what I miss about back in the day was everything felt a little more special. It's tough now when everything's special. What is special?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
for sure.
something I do like about now more than ever is the accessibility. Everybody got their feed, everybody got their gram, everybody putting their Fitbits together. You can see a lot of action kind of from everybody with sneakers. You walk down the street, you're always shocked by who breaks your neck and with what. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's a good spin, especially in between those two
Mhm.
periods. So yeah, very very good.
Yeah, appreciate
Tim.
that. Tim, what's happening?
Well, if we can talk a bit about the future, that's what so many of us want to know about. We're on the outside looking in.
Mhm.
You're on the inside, and it always blows our mind when I talk to Nathan and Shay and I go, "Hey, I was at Momentum. I was talking to Jeremy, and he showed me some pictures of what's coming out next month." And like, what? You got to see specifics. You got to hear about it's really special. And you've said it, and I believe it. You're not a gatekeeper. You're not trying to keep anybody from the information or from the shoes. Look, you're just trying to spread the culture. So
Mhm.
anything you're willing to share, these are golden nuggets for us. What's this year like? What's the next month like? Is the protection pack coming to Momentum soon?
Ooh, as far as releases, I can't really speak past this week. There's that many. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
My timeline is blended kind of into the next 12 months extended. So to me, when a shoe is coming out or I see a picture, I'm not sure if it just came out or if it's coming out next year. So I get a little muddy with the details about that. But what I can say is that uh, a lot of the current trends are going strong and should be more attainable than ever. So if you're trying to chase dunks, you felt like you caught a lot of L's last year, it should be getting easier. You want that New Balance 550, it should be easier for you. You like Protection Pack 2002s, they might actually be something you could throw your name in a hat for, as opposed to just enjoying .com.
Man, I love
Tim,
it.
let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Your first pair of shoes,
Yeah.
your first pair of J's,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, is the Jordan 4. Was that
Cool.
correct?
Well, I had the ones was the first.
Oh, ones were the first.
It
There
was
it is. Okay.
it was called neutral gray, but it wasn't like these 85 neutral grays. It was that hyper crimson one with the orange laces.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I got the Jordan 4 cool grays after that. Yeah.
Those hyper crimson ones, did you get those in the store? You get them after the fact?
In the store. Yeah.
And what year was this?
2018?
Oh, 2018. Okay. So a pretty attainable shoe at that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was
it's
turbo
really
greens right
remade.
after that.
Yeah, then turbo greens. I had
Yeah.
a pair on the sale rack for a minute
Of the turbos?
of the turbo green.
God, they
Yeah,
sell for a lot now.
yeah, it's crazy to see. That's the biggest thing to me. What's crazy about sneaker culture is what doesn't necessarily like sell out or hit immediately. Give it time. It typically goes. It typically goes up. We like when it comes to dunk, especially gentlemen, as you guys brought up dunk, that used to be a sales shoe all day long. There used to be a shoe like your parent wouldn't let you buy for more than $80. That's a no. And that exact pair now could be $1,000. Yeah, it's insane to see.
When I do see you, Jeremy, you're in like Reebok, Club 85s, you're in Vans, you're in Air Forces. They're not always clean. You look comfy and you got your fit put together, but how often you're working at a place where everybody's looking good,
Oh yeah.
Tej is he's like who I want to be.
Man crush is the word he's looking for.
Yeah, Diesel's got it going on for sure. Yeah, spend some extra time with the lace up on that for sure.
How often do you just throw on the add-ons? You're not always rocking heat.
Yeah, to me, like that's the best part about sneakers is they're all kind of special. One shoe being hyper limited doesn't make it that much more exciting to me over like a busted pair of white on white Air Force Ones. I love them just the same. Yeah, to me, the place in culture isn't really in fact impacted by the rarity of the shoe.
Yeah, I think that's what I like about Tej, honestly, is he's got a confidence no matter what he's got on. He makes me like stuff I don't even like. I'm like Black Cement
Shout
3s.
out Tejo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh yeah,
Black Cement 3. Shame on you for doubting that shoe, first of all. But I hear the point. I hear the point.
I went in there looking for a pair of jeans the other day, and I was like, suddenly I need 3s. I don't even wear 3s, and look at this.
Turns out
That's
you need a
influence.
pair. Yes.
This has been so good getting to know you, Jeremy. Did you want to hit on some beaters? Do you have something else that you wanted to mention? Because this is your time, bro.
Ooh, what are some things to mention? Well, you know what? Let me flip that back onto you guys. What is it about sneakers that gets you excited now? There's so many sneakers out there. Is it the scarcity? Is it the limited? Is it the, oh, I got to put that together with a fit? What is it about shoes that gets you fired up? Go ahead, Nate. Tell me something.
Bingo on option number 3. It's the I gotta put that together with a fit.
Okay.
The best example I could give you is like those prototype ones that just came out with the brown and the green and the burgundy. And I remember saying to these guys, was like, I don't like this shoe. People don't like this shoe, but the problem is I know I'm gonna find a vintage tee that's gonna match it absolutely perfect. And by that time, they'll be up a bit, and I'm gonna end up paying $350 for these, even though I probably could have got them on sale. So if that encapsulates what I'm after and what I'm looking at, is I'm looking for the shoe, just something I like, something that fits good, something that's comfy. You know, it's the look of it, more so than, like you said, the scarcity. I mean, it seems hypocritical because I do have pairs that are
Hey,
scarce or
you
hype or
know
whatever,
what?
but I got them because I
I
wanted to
get you.
wear
I
them with
get you.
something. Yeah,
100%. I
yeah.
get you.
There's no off whites in here. I didn't get it because,
hmm
you know what I mean. It was, I wanted to put
But
something
if you
together.
could, you'd have a fit to put together, right?
Exactly.
There
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
go. There you
100%.
go.
100%.
Yes, yes,
So
I
so
can
that's
agree
what
with
it is
that.
for me. Because then you're always hunting, right? Like, I mean, you'll understand it on every facet. You're obviously, an understatement would be a big music guy. I love running through the crates looking for vinyl. I love running through
Yes.
the racks looking for shirts. I love running through online looking for shoes and putting them all together, and that's
Yeah,
your weekend, right? So that's what
that's
it
the
is for me.
fun. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
I can resonate with that for sure, Nate. I like that. Shay, what are you saying? What is it about sneakers? What's the thing?
I think it's part of it is like kind of similar to Nathan, just like trying to find that right fit. I think part of it for me too is like I like some shit that is super ugly just because other people don't like it, and I want to like be able to prove that you can actually wear this kind of stuff.
Like, oh, hold on, this is actually really tight.
But yeah, same kind of thing as him. Like I love GR stuff. I have some stuff that's clearly not GR, but I'm like kind of similar to you in a way, I guess. Like I'll step out in like Cons or Vans or Birkenstocks or whatever, and I don't know, I'll still be chilling. But yeah, I think for me, part of it is the outfit for sure. I'm definitely someone who likes those brighter colors and that. But
And gentlemen, just to give you a little nugget from a guy who's been around a few times, I guarantee you that's the secret to longevity is sticking to the things that you like, regardless of the reason you like them. Just getting those fits off.
It's
Yeah,
the right
that's great.
reason. Yeah.
It's the
It's
right
the
reason.
intention
It's the right
behind being
reason.
in the game. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 for sure. And speaking of current, gentlemen, are the things that we're looking forward to, or the releases that we're excited about? What's the shoe right now? If you could walk into a store, that's the one I'm getting. What is it today?
I think at this point it's got to be that Georgetown 1985 Jordan 1
Ooh,
for me. At like right now, currently, if I could go
ooh.
grab something, I think that's the one.
Walk in casual on a Saturday afternoon. That's a good shoe to come home with.
It would be.
I want them worn in. I want somebody to like put a month of really stepping in them first. You know,
Yeah,
that's like would be the ultimate for them to be broke in.
yeah.
Uh, and it's like the year of the two. I don't have any Jordan 2s. I've never been excited about Jordan 2s, but we got those Manières, we got the Unions.
hmm
I feel like the Union 2 in that desert sort of, it's the sandy
That
beige looking
sand
one.
looking,
Yeah,
yeah,
with the
yeah.
yellow
Rattan.
Like,
lace.
Rattan is
yeah,
what that one's called.
Rattan
like
is the word,
like the
yeah.
Jordan 2 to me is always like this really got
He
some
did it
special
again.
pieces. Like, so this one's been around the block maybe 20 odd years, but this
That's
was
how
a
I
shoe
want the
that always
85s to
had
look.
a
Yeah.
yeah, that natural weathering. I guarantee you they all go vintage, so don't go crazy about the ones that come pre-yellowed.
So, like, circling back to where we started, you had those green dunks this week, the women's vintage green. So
Yes.
they looked shiny, like they had like a real, like Dorothy slippers, kind of a real bling to them.
It
But
was
then they
like a
had the yellowed
metallic green
midsole,
finish,
metallic.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
metallic green finish and that vintage midsole. They really tied together quite nice.
It's odd to see such a new white next to that vintage yellowed midsole. It just doesn't
hmm
quite add up. Like it needs to get dirty first.
Yeah, to me, one of the coolest parts about that is you're seeing not necessarily the evolution of streetwear, but you're seeing a new direction splinter off. Because as you see cats kind of digging through the crates, they'll start finding old whites that have gone yellow over time. Like something about the pure white doesn't make sense. But when you
The
see the
military
contrast, you
flags.
know, it does look really good over time. Even when they're not supposed to look busted and off white, they still look pretty good over time. Uh, I'm I'm okay with it coming out of the box that way. I think the execution is really what it comes down to. Is like, is it vintage for the sake of being vintage, or does it add a layer to that flavor to get that fit off?
Guys, it's really hard to like be present and have something to say because you're so casual. You you just juggled through a half dozen fours there that any one of them we could have stopped on for 10 minutes. So if you're
Damn, I had to
ever
make sure they were busted fours. I'm not trying to bring out anything too new over here.
That lucky green pair is so sick. Like if I
Oh
could get my
yeah.
hands on one four that it has not been retro, that would be the one for
Has that
sure.
not been retroed? Oh geez. Okay.
No, that
Okay.
one's yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I thought I saw it on the board at one point, so maybe keep an eye out for it.
it came close, they did the metallic pack and there was purple and
Mm,
green and orange and
maybe
red.
that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking of.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly, the
yeah,
metallic.
yeah,
Yeah, a little bit different though when they come with the leather in the mid panel, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
We have a pair of fours to look at. We're going to take a quick break and we'll come back with the pairs to look at this week. There's a military black that was announced. We got a bunch of dunks to look at. We'll see how Jeremy's feeling about them. It's just been so cool getting to know you and seeing what you got in hand around there. So we'll
Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah. Quick break.
just chatting up those pairs in the background there, Frazos.
Yes, sir.
Did you
I haven't
mention any of the new heat that's coming in?
I haven't wore the Supreme Dunks yet, but I wore those Travis Air Forces like
Mm,
Thursday.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then,
yeah. What's your favorite swoosh on those Travis Forces?
oh man, honestly, probably like
The
the
other
camo
ones.
one because it's like next to like the corduroy on them.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That
That's
like
it. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
inside
Yeah.
of that one's
That's
like
the jump off.
best.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I still have both of those concepts Air Max coming, and then I need that last pair. That's
Ooh.
like my goal for the next like month.
Yee, there you go. There you
I'm just trying to be
go.
Jeremy. Keep
Yeah. Yeah.
it
Tie up that pack real quick. Very
Yeah.
slick, gentlemen. Very slick.
All three of us have that brown and orange pair of the concepts.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay. We got lucky across the board, huh?
Well, one of us is really good at manualing, and Nathan has hooked everybody but himself up so far. Yeah,
Big ups.
yeah.
Young Tabasco.
That's me. Well, I did hook myself up here. I stood in a line for 3 hours, and it was surprisingly cold for what we're calling spring right now. But made it happen. Put my body on the line for that one.
First lineup in a few years. It feels a little colder than it used to, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you remember during the Mo Monday Twitch stream you guys did the other night? The DJ Drew getting on the mic and going, "Young Tabasco."
I do recall. I put two and two together real swift. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, there's the guy. We were fired up over Young Tabasco.
That was a really fun event you put on to see you
Yeah.
guys having fun like that. I thought it was the store. I'm going to be honest. I thought you were at Momentum. I didn't know that you were at Drew's house.
Yeah, off-site, little green screen, and a lot of production. We're fortunate to have a very talented team behind the scenes, so we can get off these executions, still have some fun, still engage with the community, and definitely bring that flavor.
Just get on the Momentum Instagram to see what we're talking about. Is that like a monthly sort of party you're thinking?
Yeah, we'll be doing monthly Mo Mondays. In addition to just trying to grow a little bit of Twitch, we find it's a nice way to get some one-on-one time, very much like we are with you guys right now.
Yo, we appreciate it, fam. Let's look at some pairs, boys. Here's what we got to start on. Jeremy, pull out a pair of these. Let's have a look at them.
Oh, you know what? That's a first run color there, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
The gray on the toe box, we were all thinking is pretty nice here. It's a military black Jordan 4 release. We don't know, but here's an in-hand pair, and it looks fire to me. Guys, I'm
Military
going to give you a
black.
quick
Woo.
hot take, though. Any shoe that's considered like a panda colorway, I'm not interested. Overrated.
Is it the love for Panda? Are you tired of hearing the name? Or are you genuinely trying to hit me with a hot take that you don't like black and white shoes?
I just don't. I would so rather.
This man's really on the camera right now saying, I don't like black and white shoes.
Or he hates pandas.
Oh, he hates pandas. Oh, bad to worse, Tim.
It's all of the above.
Okay.
It's not exciting. I'd much rather have a color on my foot, and for that price, you're spending $400 for a Dunk Low. Give me something to be excited about.
That's fair. That is very fair. That's, in my mind, never a shoe that should ever get to that price on a black and white.
Yeah.
You're right, Tim. You're right.
Thank you. That's why I bring it up. I want to hear that. We're just flowing through a couple of pairs we've seen this week, stuff we've talked about in the chat. There's going to be a produce pack of Dunks. Maybe Jeremy already knows. This is the banana colorway. It's mostly white cream. There's a little bit of yellow on it. I guess it's cute and fun. Anybody feeling this?
Sure.
I think they're good. I don't know.
Why not?
If I can get them for retail, I'll rock them, but
Yeah.
they're not like, I wouldn't consider them to be on my radar if that's what you're asking.
I
So
would
many
agree.
yellow
It's
shoes.
not on the radar, but it's if they showed up at your door, you'd be pleased.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Another
Yo.
Dunk.
Ooh, boy. Oh boy. Okay,
Bizarre.
UCLA looks good. Yeah, UCLA looks good. Look at
Jeremy's looking around like, what do I got in blue and gold?
this is very familiar to me, gentlemen.
2022 UCLA Dunk Low Retro official images are here. It's gold. It's blue. It looks totally wearable. I'd wear this 5 days a week instead of a panda shoe. Go Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
I don't know, March Madness. Rest in peace, UCLA, but that's a good color overall.
Hey. That's the pop.
Yeah,
we've got to only be able to see the 10% of the room that Jeremy's in that's not sneakers with how many he's pulled out. They're gonna be everywhere in there. There we go.
We spoke briefly about the Concepts Air Max. There's these 3 in this pack. I didn't know this. I've got a pair on the way. I'm so excited. There's symbols on them that are the same symbols from the original Woodstock tickets. Far out, bro. Did you know that?
No, this is all news to me. Very slick. Which
God,
one's the number 1 color here, gentlemen? Out of the 3. The one you got?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're asking us, it might be that one. But if I had to give you a different answer, I would say that one in the middle with the bandana print all over.
that purple paisley is crazy. Yeah,
real
That'd probably be mine.
Yeah, that purple paisley is crazy.
We have been so all about this Concepts collaboration. When they announced it, we all picked our favorites, and we all had different favorites. Shay liked the simple green one here. I liked that camo and brown. And then and Nathan chose the purple bandana pack. So we're like, well, obviously we need to get them. And we're really close to making it happen. It's just that purple bandana is a tough one to get a hold of. But far out, man.
I want to mismatch them once I get them in hand.
Yeah, Jeremy can appreciate that.
Yes. Very bold.
So you see what I mean? Look, every color on the shoe is on that shirt.
You tied it all the way in, the Soul Train. You got the dance down too. Young Tabasco.
Look at that, right? Look at that. For those of you that can't see, that are listening here, this fit was so nice. Tim's wife liked that picture.
Ooh, that's how you know it's good.
Shout out Machine Gun Kelsey.
MGK. Yeah, I really love what you did here, man, and the way that the denim matches the denim on the shoes. And each of these, Jeremy, it's a different wash. It's not going to be standard, uniform, same on every shoe. It's a different piece of denim. So I love that they're all different. But this is like you can't see where the shoe ends and the jeans begin. It's so smooth.
Very slick. That's a fit.
That's
I
what's
got snubbed on Outfit Grid that day.
Ooh.
They picked a guy in a Canadian tuxedo with a pair of CDG 180s, man. They took him over me.
Tough breaks.
They were
Tough
Kith
breaks.
jeans.
That makes it better.
We've been getting so excited about these Polaroid Dunks that are coming out this year. The plot twist on the Polaroid Dunks is that it comes with an additional 6 sets of laces. You got yellow, orange, red, green, blue, indigo. The whole rainbow is here. We were excited before. You talk about mismatching. Shay, these are for you, my guy.
Yeah, dude, I need these.
So, looking at those multiple swooshes there, how they're layered on top of each other, idea I just had, what if you took, your favorite colors of the laces and Sakai style did 2 in each shoe,
Ooh,
right?
double it, yeah.
Right, so you
there
got
you
like
go.
you got maybe the blue and green in the other shoe and then like the red and orange or the the orange and yellow or something in that one. Now we're talking, right?
I'm
you
with
on
you.
that buck wild with your footwear, Young Tabasco. What's the fit look like? Black head to toe, or we're gonna
Oh
go
God,
colors all
not
the way
me.
up?
Not me. You're gonna catch me out there. Whatever laces I put in those shoes are gonna be whatever T-shirt I went and dug around and found, right?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's me. Play it safe. I'm like, I got so much color on my foot. I got to go black and gray all the way to my head.
Oh, sir.
We've been
Okay.
talking about Jordan 2s this year. We've been talking about 6s this year. And none of us, I say none of us, Nathan has a couple pairs. We don't wear 6s often. I talked to you recently, Jeremy, about that pair of 5s. It's a women's 5, the Bluebird Fives, because they're
Right.
just one color all the way, beautiful suede. This is a similar thing. The Georgetown Jordan 6, they're talking about maybe this fall. This is a first in-hand look. It looks lush. It looks very wearable.
The suede looks crazy.
Yeah.
Sway head to toe is like a bit of a nightmare, but you just can't help yourself. It's just so good.
Word.
Yeah. Hey, could you imagine throwing navy laces in these? Hey.
Yes, yes.
Ooh.
For all the old heads out there, anytime you match the shoestring to the midsole, that's how you got your shoe to pop off. So you get that navy in there, tied in with the navy in the midsole. That's
Yeah.
the look.
Dark jeans, you're set.
There you go.
Okay, so that was just our warm-up. Here is the main course. Nathan, what is happening here?
This is the heat-activated Civilist Air Force One. For those of you that don't know, Civilist is a sneaker shop, or sorry, not a sneaker shop, a skate shop from Berlin, sorry. There's no word on this release yet, just teasers. This year is the, let me check my notes here, 40th anniversary of the Air Force One. So that's a big deal. Civilist is coming out with these. You would recognize Civilist from the Dunk Low that they did with that same heat pattern. This, however, is a little bit different. I feel like there's a little bit more to this shoe. Very recently, I seen the Dunk Low in hand, and without the heat activation, it was very black. There wasn't a whole lot going on to it. This, however, it's got that gum sole, those light blue laces. We got some smiley faces, some other nice little touches. And when it's resting, it almost looks a little more brown. So I'm a big fan of these. That white stitching all around those really makes it pop. I like these. I hope they're attainable. And I hope we see maybe some other really cool mixes, possibly from Dunks or, more popular Dunks that have came out that they're going to put into the Air Force for this anniversary year. So, Jeremy, as the guest, I'll throw it straight to you. What are you thinking on these?
That Civilist is on the hit list of shoes, I would say. You want to get into that. That looks like a forever shoe to me. White gum outsole, a little bit of heat activation. It kind of checks all the boxes. You get the color, you get the flavor, you get the story, you get the gimmick. You got the have a nice day smile on the tongue. It's good.
Yeah.
Sick pair.
Tim.
Well, I know someone who has the Civilist Dunks, and they crack. They crease weird. The material, whatever they're using to do this heat activation thing, doesn't wear like normal leather does. but
Mhm.
wild technology, space shoes.
Not
Straight
to
up.
detract, gentlemen, how do we feel about a shoe if you know it's gonna break?
Mm.
Are you still gonna rock that shoe? Is this a concern if you want to get that fit off, but you're worried about the creases? Are we still gonna try to get that fit off?
Got to do it.
100%.
Yeah. We don't buy them to look at them.
There you go. There you go. Break that toe box in those dunks.
Exactly. Shay, you're a huge Air Force guy. What are you thinking here?
I mean, they're an Air Force with a gum sole, so that's 10 out of 10 for me always. I don't know. I like the dunks that they did. I like these a lot better though. Yeah, I don't know how obtainable they will be, so probably end up paying resale, but I'm okay with that. These are hard.
I like that shit. You got that tempered excitement in your voice about that one. Like, I like it from a distance.
Guys got a lot of forces, and there's more to buy.
There you go.
Yeah, so these are the Los Angeles Air Force. Didn't actually see these until like a half hour before we hopped in here, but basically these are another like anniversary edition Air Force, just to build on the 40th anniversary of the Air Force One. There's no actual like colors, but just for the people who are listening and can't see it, it's kind of like a combination of like a yellowish creamy color with like a nice light orange and blue swoosh. I think the biggest thing for this shoe is the materials they used. It has a pretty like busy texture heavy upper with like canvas and quilting and woven knits and that kind of stuff. Has like a heavy stitch along like basically every panel like edge of the shoe. It's got those little flowers embroidered in with a nice little orange color, but definitely different.
And the boat shoelaces.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That rope.
Yeah.
Jeremy, I'm gonna throw it to you. I know you're an Air Force guy too, so let's hear your
I
take.
mean, this is saucy. This is summertime ready. This looks very LA. This looks like something you could get down with a white tee or really get wild with a fit on. I like that shoe.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I think the that like creamish orange color makes it like really pop opposed to just being like plain white kind of thing. Tabby, what are you thinking on these?
Yeah, I like these. Especially with that blue swoosh and everything going on there. I'm a fan. I'm in on these. These kind of remind me of those Stussy Air Forces, and there was that cream colorway.
Yeah.
I had those and they hurt my feet. It must have been the material because
Uh-oh.
I had the 10.5 and everything. It was perfect Air Force size, and I wore them for a day and I sold them the next day because they
Oh
hurt.
no.
Oh, they hurt, dude. Like getting that out of an Air Force, that was heartbreaking. So I
Hmm.
sold those, but these look like they've got the traditional nylon sock liner. Stussy ones had leather in the inside. That's never nice.
Yeah, leather is a tough one to break in. I can tell you that.
Not on the inside. We like that on the
No.
outside. But yeah, so I like these. I feel like these would probably fit me a little bit better. I can get that look. And then we got little pops of color here, which is always nice. Love
Tim,
it.
what about you? Are these like colorful enough for you, or are they too plain?
I love plain. I love beige. I love blue. I love just those hits of that earthy, like there's a
Like creamy color?
yeah, a couple levels of beige in there, and blue shirt for me all day. Let's go.
50 Shades of Beige, baby.
Jeremy, we Shay customizes shoes. Nathan does as well. With the yellowing pen and the coffee dyeing. These look like they'd really dye well, like they'd suck up that color. Do you ever customize your shoes? Have you ever done any customizations?
I never have, truthfully. Outside of ripping swishes, I used to rip swishes all the time. You used to unstitch the swish on the lateral side and then the medial side of the other pair. And that way you kind of like have your own flavor with the shoe that a lot of people get busy with.
Yeah.
Take a
Wabi
little
sabi.
seam ripper, yep, rip them out, chop them off. It looks pretty good. Have a little drawer full of swishes at the end of the day.
Drawerful. I've got a first look for us here, fellas. This is the Air Jordan 1 High Stealth. Word is July release. correct me if I'm wrong, have we ever seen a general release with this Travis-inspired color blocking? The way that the eyelets are white, the same as the base being white. It is a two-tone shoe, stealth gray and white. And to me, it just looks so much like the Travis fragment highs, but in different colors. Am I wrong, guys? Have we ever seen color blocking like this?
Oh, we certainly have.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't the first time you would have seen this type of coloring. With that said, it's a very clean execution. You know, the contrast blends well with white on gray. Uh, I've got a follow-up question when it comes to these Jordans. Where's the take on the Jordan 1 mid?
Oh,
Are we on the love it? Are we on the hate it? Are we on the like no thank you? Where are we at with mids, fellas?
it's like a
Because
running
this shoe,
joke.
the cut of the shoe kind of look a bit like a mid from this picture.
That's what I was going to say, is that the color blocking, it strikes me as a, you know how you see a mid and you're like, it's close, but not quite. This one
Mhm.
it's close, but not quite. But go ahead, Nathan. How do you feel about mids, bro?
Oh yeah, just throw that right to me. Hey,
Oh.
no, I'll sell them to people all day long, and I'll leave it as that.
Yeah, we don't see any mids in those bins back there, do we?
We don't got room for them.
Okay, okay.
But if you know anyone who needs a mid
Any
band, grade
Any
school size, we can hook you up.
Those are actually gone, Tim. Believe it
Yeah?
or not.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody wanted to invest in their future, and
Smart.
bought all of them. Yeah, these were.
Good. Oh, good.
Just to clarify, Jeremy, none of us ever owned multiple size runs of band mid GS. It was a friend of ours, but yeah, we'll leave it at that. Fredo mids.
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, I
there,
don't know.
there, is
So-
it, are we on high purists? Is that kind of the story?
I'm
No,
a low. I
yeah,
like the one lows are like
Yeah,
probably one of my
okay.
favorite shoes. Like
Very cool.
even for like comparing this to the Travis, I don't like this, but if they did a low version, I would love it because I don't like the
Mm.
Travis high.
Yeah, chop it off. You like the
but-
lows, you don't like mids, you don't like highs. Okay.
I do like the highs, just not in this color blocking.
Yes, yes.
I don't know. That's the only like Travis that I didn't like was that like frag high.
Okay.
But then that low one that he did was probably like my favorite one.
Yeah, the low was pretty crazy.
Well, that's what we have prepared. Jeremy, we play a little game at the end of Sneaker Show podcast called Rock, Paper, Skippers. So we got the three options. One you wear, that's what you're going to rock. One you're going to sell, you're going to make the paper. And three, you're going to skip. Okay? So we've got these stealth highs, okay, the gray and white Jordans. Nathan had the Civilist Forces, color changing Air Forces. And Fredo brought us another pair of Air Forces, the Los Angeles joints. Which are you going to rock? Which are you going to sell? And which are you going to skip?
Ooh. I gotta rock with those thermal ones all day long. That's the easy number one for me. I would probably have to I might have to skip that Jordan 1.
Woo.
Yeah, I'll skip the Jordan 1 and go with the return on that other Air Force
That's
LA.
where the money is.
Yeah, I think that's where it is for me. I to reference this, gentleman, I will never sell a pair of Jordans that belong to me at one point. Once they come home, they're mine forever.
A better man than I. Well, I always just think, right, like when you have a stack of shoes or whatever, if there's a couple you're not wearing and there's something that you really want, I'm not going to spend new money on these shoes. I'm going to spend money that I already spent on shoes, right? So I'm just, you know, something.
Give an
I
example.
see.
Talk about what you did this week.
Yeah,
What I did this
yeah,
week,
hizzy.
talk about influence, talk about lines. When I was in line for the Concepts Air Max, I seen a guy roll up in a pair of the neutral gray 85 Jordan 1 highs, right?
Mhm.
And that was a shoe I liked before but didn't love. I seen his pair all worn in, and I was like, I need those. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. That's the one. I kind of tried to talk myself off the ledge later, and then I was like, no, I really want those. And that it's white and gray. That's a pair I can wear all the time. That's a pair that I can. That's my new go-to, right? And it's a fire go-to. So I
But you've
did
already got a white and gray pair.
yeah, so I have the Jordan 1, the SB, the New York to Paris, that gray and black
Oh, wow. Okay.
with the wear off. I've been wearing those since I got them, and I got them
Did
the
you,
day they came out, and there's
you
not,
strip the color? No,
dude,
not
there's
yet.
not one flake of paint off of them, and that's easily my most worn pair because that's what I was going for, and that was my go-to wear pair.
You're being
So,
gentle on your shoes there, Tabby. Real gentle on them shoes.
well, you know,
Dude,
I
I
try.
mangled mine.
I
There you
don't like to
go.
wear them like if I wear a pair on Saturday, I don't want to put them on Sunday. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, okay,
that's
okay.
that's me. I'll do it if I have to, but I don't want to.
Yeah,
And
I know, I hear that.
shouldn't
Yeah.
have to. But yeah. So I wanted those. I sold those, and
Ooh.
I had Tim's favorite dunk, the Panda Low, and I got rid of those too. See, I got those when they came out because I was like, I love this. Again, great basic wear.
Easy
Um,
everyday shoe.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is cool. It's a low. This is fun. And then I don't know, like maybe I'm just an asshole, but like when I go walk around the mall and see somebody, you know, you see 2 or 3 people with this shoe on, you know, regardless of if it's real or not real or whatever. I don't
Yeah.
want it. I don't want it anymore. That's
Yeah,
fine.
no,
So
no, that's fair. I get that. Yeah.
yeah.
I always come from the camp of like, it's not who got it first, is who wear it better.
Well, and you know, to me, I know who's wearing it better,
There
but
you go. There you go. There you
but once
go.
I've worn it better, then what do I need to, you know, what do
Ah,
I
you
need
got
to
the
do?
fit off. Yeah,
Give me something else. Yeah, give me something hard to wear. Give me something. Right?
yeah.
So
So now
that's
we
that.
hate pandas. I got it. Checked. Yeah,
Yeah. The
understood.
shoe that just won't die either. Like how many times have they re-released those even in
Right.
the last couple of months?
And it's women's release, men's release.
Oh,
They're everywhere though. It is a mall shoe. It's a gym shoe. I see pandas as much as I see the blazer, the white blazers with the black swoosh. Everybody's wearing those at the gym now. Pandas and blazers.
It's too bad. Yeah, that's too bad.
anyways.
Yo,
You're
that was,
lucky when you sell shoes though, because you will wear stuff like 30 times, and I'll wear my shit once, and it'll be just like absolutely cooked, and you still look better.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
know.
maybe Shay, when Shay's outside, he's outside. Maybe that's what's going on.
I was just gonna say I'd like to think that maybe I'm more careful, but I'm not.
No.
Uh,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
but yeah, I don't know what it is. You just yeah, I don't know.
these
But that's
boys
what
be stepping.
that's what we
Yes.
do.
Facts.
That
Yes.
is what we do.
Well,
Anyways, rock.
I got one question we can wrap on. If you got time for one more, we've been asking people this just sort of as a standard question. You got $400 to spend on shoes. 400.
Right
You
now.
can get multiple pairs if you want.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do? $400. 600, it's like you
$400.
can get a grail, you know?
Yeah.
Even 500, you're getting into like grail territory. But 400, what are you gonna do?
400. What's a guy gonna do with 400? Oh boy. You know what? I'll probably buy some more Air Max 95s.
That's a good
Alright.
answer.
You know, when in doubt, it's like, you know, I'm sure you guys get that feeling. There's no releases you're really feeling. It's been a few weeks, it's been a few months. There hasn't been one you bought, but you got the urge to grab a sneaker.
Oh, I know
There's
that
a
feeling.
shoe that you're just gonna buy that you're like, I better wear this one. For me, it's gonna be some more Air Max 95s. I'll
Yeah.
probably hit them on the sale rack somewhere. An old eBay pair, maybe, but it's gonna be Air Max 95s.
This guy's
Solid answer.
This guy's Neon Sanders, man. He
There
loves
you
that.
go.
He
There
loves
you
that
go.
pair,
There you
man.
go.
Jesus.
It has been a real delight getting to know you better, Jeremy, and we would love to dig into more of your old head knowledge, some more history. Maybe some other time you could come and share the history of the Air Jordan 2 with us and where it came from. You always blow my mind with this knowledge. How can we be the same age yet you're so wise?
We had different magazine subscriptions growing up, Tim. That's gotta be it.
That is
But yes, I would love to, Tim. I look forward to it. Thank you for having me. Thank you for being so gracious with the hosting and indulging an old sneakerhead over here.
man. Is there anything you'd like to promote, a place to find you online? You don't even do Instagram.
Oh, you bet. I'm about as offline as you can be in 2022, ideally. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like Shay. You catch me outside, I'm outside.
Okay, well, the Momentum Instagram is a page to follow. It's a favorite of ours for sure. Shout out Alan, great work. And we do have an offer for our listeners. We've got a promo code, and we've also got entry for a golden ticket. Nathan, how are you feeling about that, bro?
Oh, I love it. I think this is. I haven't been as excited for something on this podcast. I don't think this is the one. What we're looking at here, Jeremy. How many golden tickets are we going to be giving out?
We're giving out 5 golden tickets to the listeners
5
of the
golden
Sneaker
tickets.
Show podcast.
Straight into the chocolate factory, baby. And with those golden tickets, you're going to be able to pick out any raffle win, right, Jeremy? That's what we're doing here.
Correct.
Any raffle win.
Yeah.
Your size, your pair.
Yeah. Skip the line. It's yours to purchase. From now until next year, pick your poison.
That's
so
red
please
hot.
Get in touch with us on Sneaker Show Podcast Instagram. Send us a message. You say golden ticket. We'll know what you're talking about. We have 5 to draw for. Sneaker Show Podcast on Instagram. Send the message golden ticket. We'll draw 5 names, give them to Jeremy, and you can choose which raffle you'd like to win. Nathan.
We'll make a post. And with that post, we'll have all the instructions, all the details. It'll be laid out. You can share that with your friends. You can send it around. We'll make it as easy as possible for you guys.
Beautiful. To save an additional 30% on sale items at Momentum, use the promo code SneakerShow30. SneakerShow30 to save an additional 30% on sale items at Momentum for the next couple of weeks from the recording and posting of this podcast. I think that about covers it, boys. Feeling like a big deal over here. This is really, really, really good, and I can't thank you enough. So thanks for kicking it with us, bro.
Thank you again, guys. It's
Yeah,
my
dude.
pleasure. Look forward to it in the future. Take care.